Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Ian is a Weirdo. Welcome in. We're gonna stream, hopefully not 7 hours tonight, because we done 2 7-hour streams in a row, and I'm so exhausted. So hopefully we can have a great time and do it in a shorter amount of time. If you managed to stay for the whole time, you saw me finish this 3D star keychain. I am going to put some tassels on the end of it so it looks like a little shooting star. And yeah, so that's what I worked on with Crystal last night. Yep, I did it with Hook.yarn. So I'm going to work on a tassel for this little baby. Tassels always make me a little nervous because when you put it together, I feel like it's really easy for them to fall apart. So making them well is really important, but also just kind of the nature of them. Unless you're using a ton of glue, like I feel like there's just a high chance that they could fall apart. So I've been trying to decide if I want to do like one here, and one here, or how exactly I want to do it. That seems like the most like obvious place to put it and reasonable place to put it, or maybe to put it like in between the two, between these two. So 1, 2, 3. I think I like that a little bit better, so you can still see the star shape. So I'm gonna take something to start wrapping my yarn around, and I think I think I'm gonna use both white yarn and the rainbow yarn, just a little bit of the rainbow, just to keep the idea of the rainbow kind of coming through the shooting star, but I don't want to overpower the white. So I'm gonna just do this for a little while. Oh god, huge thing. And then I'm going to incorporate some rainbow here. 8, 9, 36, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 7. Put 10 right there. I've seen some suggestions for how many times you should go around, but I'm not quite sure how much I want. I'm getting super twisted up in here. Hi, Moonrose. How are you doing? So I have 50 here. And what I'm going to do is, so I followed a tutorial that I saw on how someone did their particular tassels. I'm going to try to see if that is good. I finished my 3D star keychain. So it's about the size, it's bigger than my palm, and it's nice and squishy. It's very packed full. Cool. Yeah, absolutely. Do what you got to do to take care of yourself. So after I just found an item that was kind of the size that I wanted, I'm going to focus on slipping this off the edge of it. the person I watched the the tutorial for used a book. You want to make sure that it's anything you use. You want to make sure it doesn't. It's not gonna like pinch together too much. So even something that's cardboard like this, you got to be really careful. So I cut off the end, so I have a bunch of yarn pieces like this. I'm going to take my first yarn piece and I'm going to go in the middle of the yarn pieces. I know you can't see right now. And then she just tied a knot around all of them. I'm going to tie, I think it's like an infinity knot or like a figure 8 knot, like I would if I was doing ties on like a hang of yarn, so that I'm kind of a little bit more sure that it's steady in there. So right in the middle, I'm just going in, which this is a little more challenging because the yarn starts moving around, but it might be worth it, might not be, we'll see. Okey-dokey. It's making a lot of noise, but that's okay. Okay, so we want to make sure we are relatively in the middle of it all. So that's the tie, and then here I'm going to tie it very tightly. Be careful, you don't want to break your yarn, but you also want a really good tie if you can get one. So this is my tie, and then I did my other tie in rainbow, but I actually want it in white so it blends in a little bit easier. Oh my gosh, this is a mess. This is what goes into the blanket, the Alzheimer's blanket that I'm working on. I might have screwed myself on that one. Hopefully not too bad. So for this tie, I'm going to snap the yarn. I mean, I'd really like to. I mean, I don't think I need to, but we'll see. Okay, so now that I have this, I'm going to take the two ends that are supposed to be the top of my yarn bits, and I'm going to take the white about an inch down from the very top. Now it does look a little weird with that knot that I did, but that's okay. I feel like this is going to be really big. Yeah. I need to have it a little higher. I wish I could show you this, but I don't have my little camera setup thing going on right now, so I apologize. This is kind of the best you're getting. I'll show you the end result for sure, but right now, this is all I got. Okay, I feel like it should be... Okay, that's not the placement either. No. Okay. Maybe I put too much yarn in here. So I used 50. Maybe I just put one tassel, one big tassel. Yeah, let's do that. I feel like that's that's better. Now I could leave the yarn as is, or I could brush it out. What do you think? Do you think it would look better brushed out so that the white and the rainbow kind of like blend and are a little like fuzzy, or should I leave it as is with the yarn just looking like normal? I'm gonna go on the other side of this. I do like the way brushed out yarn looks, but obviously it's got like a time and a place for it. I do have a wire pet hair brush to brush it out, make it look good. Okay, so I'm gonna give that a good knot, and then use. She suggested using like crochet hook or something to bring the ties that you made. So like here's like where the tie comes, and you can clearly see where it's tied. And this is a cool idea. I never thought about it. And pulling those ties into kind of like the center of the tassel so that they blend in easier. So I'm gonna take them and pull them through the center, and now it's not as noticeable. Yeah, I like the brush idea too. And if I don't like it, I mean, it's not that much yarn to have to redo. But I mean, I could have made smaller tassels, but we're still doing it. I do like how the rainbow like peeks through. Okay, so I have, yeah, I have my pet hairbrush. It's the wire brush. I honestly I found the best luck is to get one of these from Dollar Tree. Because if you go to like a nicer store, like they tend to not sell the ones that are the best. But me, I've found that this is the best. I'm sorry that this is going to shake the screen quite a bit. Not. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. Sometimes things work, sometimes they don't, right? When I ate really quickly and I ate food that was too hot out of the microwave, and burned the shit out of my tongue. So if I look like I have like pain face, it's because my tongue is like, I just hate when I burn my tongue. I'm trying to get into all the parts, kind of into the center. So let's brush this side a little bit. So this is kind of what it's looking like. I don't think I like it. I mean, I still need to cut it, and there's more brushing to be done, but I don't feel like it gives the vibe of like shooting star as much as I thought it would. It definitely does do more blending with the white and the rainbow, but I just don't know if it's kind of the look I was going for, unfortunately. That's okay, you know, trial and error, right? Honestly, I just don't have time to keep like fiber, like this fiber and do something with it. Like to me, like I have so little space in here that I just there's I'm like I might throw it in the polyfill bag. I'll probably throw it in the polyfill bag, but like that's it. Like I can't keep like every bit of scrap yarn. I mean, most scrap yarn is pretty easy to keep, but like I have to I can't like hoard. You know, I have to be careful because my space is so small. Okay, so this is what it's ended up looking like before it's cut. I didn't brush it. I didn't brush the top because I would disrupt this this knot potentially. So now I'm gonna go ahead and keep cut straight across like that. I don't know. Let's see. I don't know. I feel like I would like it better probably if it wasn't brushed. Like, you know, brushed looks cool for a lot of things. I don't know if it's giving shooting star, you know? Um, I don't know. Yeah, I might think about that for a while. I won't attach it yet. I'm gonna go put this in the polyfill bag, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do the second side of the cat. And I also kind of thought of a different way to do the ears so that it would be good for something like the star, where you're doing two sides and then you're stuffing it, because the cat shape now is not great for filling it. So I'll show you what I'm thinking in just a sec. Let me, I'll be right back. Okay. Also, in the future, I think I'm going to put a chain at the top like this, like I did for the cat keychain that I made. Do a chain so that has like a more room if it's on a keychain, so it's not getting in the way, because this is definitely going to be, you know, make it a little trickier to get your keys or whatever you have on. So in the future, I'll put a chain on this. But this particular keychain, I can't take it off and put a chain there. So I just have to deal with how it is now. But if you look at the cat pattern, you can see that how the ears were done for the pattern, it creates a hole right here. Between two treble crochets, you put two chains, And so with that, you like, even if you sewed up all of the edges, there's still like a huge hole for the polyfill. So what I figured, but the thing is, if you remove the chains completely, it would be very rounded, so it'd look a little bit more like a bear instead of a cat with that pointy end. So I think that I'm gonna do a picot at the end to keep that pointy end going, and yeah. So I'm gonna create the other side for this. And I think when I sew it up, it should be fine. Um, yeah, I have to be a little creative, but sometimes that's fun. So how was everyone's day? What did everyone get up to today? Um, gonna open up a new tab with the keychain. I think I pretty much know it, but I want to look at the pattern while I'm doing this just to double check that everything looks good. Also, I'm doing a foundation wear test. If I look like I'm like all the same like color and I'm kind of like desaturated, that's part of the reason why. I'm really trying to get this foundation to work because I really like the brand. It's affordable. It's generally like really great products, but man, it's just not. It just hasn't been working for me. Also, my internet seems really slow today, and I've been having a hard time like opening things. So if I'm really laggy or something, I apologize. Just is what it is, you know. Like I'm trying to open Facebook, and it's just like, no. Okay. Come on, I can't even like load Facebook right now. I have it on my phone. Well, I'm gonna turn some music on so I can. Oh, I have my little bag of polyfill right here. I mean, I have a big bag in there. Oh, Amy went to Joanne. I need to go to Joanne again because like maybe they've stocked up on some stuff. When I last went, they had a bunch of Pride yarn and like literally just like nothing else that I want. So maybe they have something. Something for me. Okay, what was I looking for? I'm looking for the cat pattern. Okay, there it is. Note album. Crochet. Okay. Hello, Salamire. Sorry if I'm saying your name right. I am not really on Discord. I've been on Discord a little bit, but I don't really get it. So um, I'm not gonna find you on Discord because I don't really know how it works. So no, but you're welcome to hang out here. I'm on pretty much every social media site, but just not Discord because it just doesn't really work with my brain, I guess. Okay, so I'm gonna work on a cat pattern. It is a coaster, and I'm gonna open it on the screen share so that if you want to do it, you can work alongside me, but no pressure, of course. Is anyone working on a project right now? If so, let me know. Can I like change the dimensions? Ooh. It's really helpful, but I did try. Nope. Okay. So I'm just gonna do my best in showing the pattern. Now, if you are in the Facebook group, this was posted a couple weeks ago, I think, by myself. If you are not in the Facebook group, sorry about it. You should be because it's cool. Sorry, I have the hardest time scrolling down on this fucking restream. Sorry. Having a little anger outburst because this makes everything more difficult. Okay. Okie dokie. So if you can, I know it's a little difficult to see. Wonder if I can pull it up like, I don't know who that is. Okay. So, is that the best? So this is the best way to see it right here. There's another pattern below, but I feel like this is a little confusing. So I'm going to use this, but I'm going to change the ears a little bit to be a picot rather than this chain that opens it up. So let's get this party started. Okay, so we start with a magic ring. I'm going to do a double magic ring for security purposes. Now, I believe I used a 4mm hook. I don't know, did I? Shit. I really don't remember what hook I used. I mean, or I used something different. Actually, I don't think I did. I think I used something smaller. I wonder if I used my 3.5. Okay, I'm gonna go with my 3.5mm. I thought it was like a 3.25. But now I really don't know where that is. So all my hooks that I've used recently are within, a couple feet of where I'm at. How specifically that is arranged is a total fucking TBD. Here's the 3.25. Wait, I used the 3.25 for I'm using that for the pride thing. Okay. I'm just going to try 3.5. Okay, this should be fun. Not knowing what hook size you're using and trying to make a different one. You know what? I'm just going to make this from scratch, and I'm going to make two little kitties. I'm going to make them with a 4mm hook, and it's going to be that. And then I can look back on this video and figure out what the fuck I did. Okay, so starting with a double magic ring. You don't have to do a double magic ring. You don't even have to do a magic ring. Do what you're comfortable with. However, I'm so scared of it falling apart. So I'm gonna do 2 chains instead of 3, because I find that 3 is pretty tall for a double crochet. So I don't really like doing that. Now I believe that there are 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, wait, 13, 14, 15, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Huh. Why do I have something like totally different? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, let's go from the chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, these different. I'm gonna go with the bottom chart, but then go to the top chart after a little bit. So 12 double crochets after 2 chains into the magic circle or whatever circle you're going into. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3. Wait. So you don't want to count the chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, and I know I haven't done a tutorial in a while, but I am going to do a tutorial soon on doing a double magic ring. I know that there are other videos on it, but for me, I feel like what was missing in the explanation is like getting the ring to be really tight. So I'm going to try to do a video on that. I just need to clean up my setup because, as I've mentioned before, I do makeup over on that table, and that's where a lot of my stuff is. Okay, so sure that's nice and tight, and then we go with the second one. Make sure that's nice and tight, and then we're going to slip stitch into the beginning. Okay, then we're going to chain 2, and we are going to put 2 double crochets into every stitch all the way around. So we're going to end the round with 24 stitches. I just like love the color changing of this yarn. It's so good. This is such a good colorway. I mean, honestly, like if every yarn just had like a colorway, like this colorway in it, I wouldn't know what to do with myself. I showed in another live how it can be. You can do plan pooling with it, and it creates this beautiful rainbow plaid, and with pooling. And sometimes it just pulls by itself and it looks really cool. So like someone commissioned leg warmers and I was like, okay, whatever. But then when I made them, even though they were the same like number of stitches and everything, because of where the yarn started, one pulled and one didn't. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, do what you got to do. But one pulled and one didn't. And while they both looked cool independently, uh, like they were different. And so like with this person, I was like, hey, I know that the yarn just looks different on both ones. So if you want me to make another one, and then whichever one matches the new one the best, whatever you can get a pair out of, we can do that, because it was super simple to make and I didn't mind. And she was like, no, I'll keep them like this. And every time I saw her wearing them, I was like, this is my least favorite thing that I've ever made. And I hate that, like, it's like she keeps wearing them and she keeps telling people that I made it. And I was like, stop, stop, stop. Don't tell anyone. Like, don't tell anyone I did that. In fact, tell people that I didn't do that and I don't approve of it. So yeah, just something funny and silly. Okay, so I'm gonna count my stitches, make sure I'm good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Perfect. So going to slip stitch into the beginning of the round, and then I'm going to do the double the 2 chains, and then now I'm going to alternate between doing uh, 2 double crochets in one row and 1 in the next. So we should have 36 stitches by the end of this. It is weird. So something I've never seen before is like someone doing 2 stitches in a row using the chain. I don't really count the chain as a stitch, but some people do. I've been ignoring that a little bit, and just gonna do it my own thing. So I'm gonna continue not counting the chain as a stitch, and that'll just be what it is. So yes. Okay, I'm gonna put my earphones in and listen to some music while I crochet, just because it's always nice to listen to some music. Um, okay, so back to making the little kitty cat head. Now, because we're going to enclose the cat head, you could put safety eyes, but I don't really like that idea because I think the back would be too long, even if you stuffed it pretty full. And you might end up having the safety eye poke out of the other side. And it just wouldn't be, as like kind of like nice and like squishy fun of a project to like have. Like this is fun to just like squish, you know what I mean? And if you did basically the same thing but with the cat head, I feel like you would be like you wouldn't be able to. It would be just too kind of like pokey or something if you did that. So that's an option. You could also embroider eyes. I'm not gonna do that because every time I embroider eyes, it looks so bad. Um, I'm about to post a video um, of something I did embroidered eyes on, and it is pretty much like a haunted cosplay, not haunted cosplay, haunted crochet type project where you're just like, oh gosh. I'm just continuing that pattern all the way around. This is a nice quick project. If you work it, I wish I could make like notes on it. I probably can put some text in there. I'm just gonna work it first and then I'll maybe put some notes on it. Okay, so not including the chain, let's count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Perfect. Okay, so this we're going to get to the ears, and we're also going to change the pattern up a little bit. Okay, so slip stitch into the beginning. Okay, and I'm gonna go up to the beginning, to the top pattern, because these patterns are different, but they're like close, but it's like far, but they're I don't know. Maybe my brain's just not working, which would be not surprising. My actually teenager is going old right now. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. So nosy. Like, what's going on? Mm-hmm. Okay. So we're going to chain one, and we're going to single crochet into the same space. Okay, and then we are going to okay, we're going to single crochet into the same space, not into the stitch. So we are going to skip 2 stitches, and then we are going to start, this is going to be the base of our cat ear. So skip 2, and then you're going to do a double crochet into that, and you're going to do 2 more double crochets. I gotta remember how to do it before. Then you're going to do a treble crochet, so you're going to yarn over twice before you enter, yarn over, all that stuff, you know. And then I'm going to let's see what 3 looks like. So I'm going to go back into the top. Okay, so let's see. So it looks like I only crochet, I only chain 2. Okay, so I'm at the top of the treble. Can you be a mod? There's a troll. Let me check it out. Thank you for letting me know there's a troll. I don't see them, but I will check it out, because obviously that's not fun for anybody. I didn't see the chat. What's going on? Where's my chat? I do not see a troll. What is their name? I you checking out for me, but see a troll, and I'm viewing the chat in real time, leaving a thumble. Um, I feel like that. So Rudy has not written anything that I find um, um, like all he said was something at the beginning. Um, but I kind of feel a little inequipped to deal um, with this. Let me listen to something really quick. I'm gonna put myself on mute so I can hear what's going on. Uh, okay, I yeah. Let me handle what's happening because this is not something that I've been dealing with. So if you don't mind, I would I'm gonna mute and take it for a sec, but I'll be right back. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. But I just want to know what's going on because from my vantage, I don't know any of that. So one second. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for being patient. So this is a complicated situation, and for me, this is not about. Um, I'm just taking in the information that I've seen, and I'm happy to hear what other people's experience is. Otherwise, I don't know what's happening in other live streams, things like that. I don't know that. And I'm happy to, like, if you want to talk to me about why you don't feel safe in this space, like, you're allowed to come and talk to me about that, and we can talk about that. But if I don't know these things, I don't know them. Um, the difficult part for me, if I'm being honest, is that I am mentally ill, and I'm not saying everyone who communicates differently is mentally ill, but I want this place to be a safe space for everyone, and that includes people who communicate differently, who might have different abilities to, like, levels of understanding social cues, because the thing is, everything exists on a spectrum, and if I have to think really hard about if um, if I start blocking people for certain reasons that I think are going on, the line gets very blurry on where I stop blocking people, what I let in and what I don't let in, to my channel. I want everyone to feel safe, so I do really, like, take, like, concerns that are brought up to me very seriously. And so if you don't feel safe here, I'm not holding you here. I appreciate that you're here, but I also want you to feel safe. And so while I love having people here, I also feel safe here. And if you don't feel safe here, I'm not going to do that. To me, I have not seen any truly malicious behavior, and I don't know enough to be able to make that call. And it's difficult for me because, again, the line gets really blurry about blocking people, about certain behaviors that that might just be, you know, misinterpreted. Um, so, uh, looking at my chat, looking at other chats, looking at what's happened on lives, uh, I'm not going to take any action right now. And if you don't feel safe with that decision, please go to places where you feel safe. I'm not saying like, I'm not saying like, you know, get to step in. I don't mean anything negative by that. I just mean, like, you deserve to feel safe in any place. Now, if this behavior changes or I find out something different, you are welcome to talk to me. I will put my email address. Actually, I get so many emails, I probably won't check it, if I'm honest. I know that uh, I know that Nightbot. I think that Nightbot drops my Instagram, but let me just double check that I'm writing it correctly. Um, Izzy, I want you to feel safe, and if you don't feel safe here, you're you. I'm. That's my decision. Um, like I said, like you can come and talk to me. Okay, so Izzy, I'm actually going to remove you from the page, because you are the one who is, um, you are the one who are saying things that I feel are aggressive. So I'm sorry. Um, I'm sorry that it has to be like this, but I I don't think I I I, I don't like that. Kind of, talk. Sorry, I just forgot my Instagram handle. Okay, so if you have concerns at any point, you can DM me on my Instagram, which is ian.is.weird. And I will happily listen to you. I want to hear what's going on. But I like the behavior that was just seen, makes me feel very uncomfortable. And I actually, the person, that is what I will not tolerate. I will not tolerate people talking to other people like that. Um, yeah. So yeah, I feel like that is a pretty messy moment, that, would like to move forward from. Uh, if you'd want to talk about that more, please just come to my Instagram and message me directly. I don't feel like we need to work out if in front of the people that you're talking about. Not that we're talking about people behind your back, but because sometimes these things are a little bit more involved than you know, just block people who say things that I don't like. I don't like doing that. That's not my style. That's not my vibe. I like to know the story and try to make informed decisions. That's how my channel is. If you don't like that, it's okay. Like you're welcome to go other places, and it's not a bad thing to say, "Hey, this channel just isn't what I want it to be." So that's fine. Like, okay with that, and like I want you to know that like you deserve to feel safe. So I'm gonna get back to my kitty cat. Thank you, Crystal. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go into the top of the treble crochet and do a slip stitch. After the treble crochet, I did a chain 3, and then I slip stitch back to the top treble crochet, um, to make a picot. I am using the rainbow. I just I just love the rainbow yarn, and also I feel like it's good for pride projects. So I'm gonna try 3. I'm gonna see if that creates a good point. If not, I might either go down or go up, because the cat pattern before had this gap in the ear, and if I sew the outsides together and try to separate the polyfill, there's gonna be a lot of polyfill that comes out of it. So I don't want that. Makana for the win. Yes. I love this yarn. It's so pretty. Okay, so this is with the chain 3. Well, let me attach it first. Okay, so so this is the Pico with the chain 3. I feel like it's a little bit too big, and it doesn't quite. Because it's an odd number, you're getting a full chain on the end, so it kind of looks a little less pointy. So let's go back and try a chain 2. If that doesn't work, I'll try a chain 4. You made 5 bags of popcorn? I love popcorn. But I like always forget about it. Like if I ever buy popcorn, I forget that I have it. And um, yeah, and then I never make it. But it is so good. I just had a picture of popcorn from Crystal. Send some my way. Also, send me some Garrett's popcorn. Love Garrett's. Okay, so I did the chain 2, and I feel like that looks a lot better. So I'm going to keep it at the chain 2. Now, the stitch that all of the stitches for the ear go into does have quite a big space, but I think it should be fine because I am using a really small hook. So you could size down your hook. This is a 4mm with a 4-weight yarn, so totally up to you. Okay, have fun watching a movie. So we're going to do single crochets over the top. And then I'm gonna start the other ear. So I'm just doing that. Oh, I didn't do when I did the chain 2, I didn't go back and do the slip stitch, which is very important because that if I don't do the slip stitch, then I'm going to have a gap, and that's not what I want to have. You know what? I think that I am going to. I think that I'm not going to make two of these. I'm going to make one of them with the ears, and then I'm going to do one with the circle. And then on the row that has the ears, it's the row that has the ears, basically the corner of the ear to the corner of the ear. I'm just going to do single crochets, and then I'm going to sew that. So only the stuff part is only going to be right here, um, so that I don't have to worry about, because I can sew right over that gap. And then I think I think that'll be cute. Oh wait, but the back doesn't look as good as front. Um, I mean, I still think if I sew a circle and I sew it to the back and have it be like just like that, I think that could be cool. I'll give it a try. I mean, we can always start to make it, and if it doesn't look good, we can uh, reconfigure, right? Mhm. Okay, so I'm going to cut this. I'm not going to cut a super long tail, maybe 6 inches. Um, and because I'm going to do most of the sewing with the other one. Now with this, I did slip stitches all the way around, and I really like the way that looked. So maybe I'll end up doing that on this side. Here, yeah. We'll see how it works. So let's start the other side of the little kitty cat, doing a double circle. And then 12 double crochets the to the circle itself. So yeah, I know that I have a lot of Nightbot messages running. The main things are the Alzheimer's awareness auction. This is something that's really important to me. So if you feel comfortable showing up and donating or just hanging out, all of those things mean a lot to me. So that's the main one. And also, you know, a lot of makeup these days. So if you want to hang out with me or watch me do makeup, or if you want to learn how to do a particular type of makeup, like all of that's cool. I love teaching. If any of that sounds interesting, especially the auction, that would mean a ton to me, like an incredible amount. Um, so yeah. Uh, I know that that's just basically condensing all of the Nightbot messages. Because there's a lot. I know. Sorry. I'm gonna do it chat overlay. Unfortunately, you can't scroll back on the chat overlay. I'll keep it there though. Sorry, this screen gets all fucking weird. That's not great, but whatever. Is this one better? Nope. Oh, my fucking... my computer's freezing. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That magic ring nice and tight, but nice and secure as well, because it doesn't matter how tight it is. If it breaks, then it's not worth anything, right? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and connect that. We're gonna chain up 2, and then we're going to do 2 double crochets in every stitch. So we'll end with 24 stitches. These 2, and then double check my counts. So again, we should have 24 stitches all the way around, not including the chain. I'm not including the chain, even though it looks like they do count the chain as a stitch. It's just, that's just how I've been making it. It's totally up to you. It really doesn't affect the appearance or anything that much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Oh, that counts right. It's just busting. Okay, so we're going to connect this to the first stitch. a slip stitch, and then we're going to chain up 2 once again. Oh, I'm going to split the yarn a little bit. That's my bad. Okay, slip stitch, chain up 2. What the hell is going on with this yarn? Okay, so we're going to start doing a double crochet in the stitch, and then we're going to alternate doing single crochets and sorry, not single crochets, one 2 double crochets and then 1 double crochet. I'm splitting the yarn like a motherfucker. That situation was very messy, and it's still really kind of on my mind. I get caught up on things like that, and being put in a compromised position like that makes me feel very uncomfortable. And I'm just a human trying to do my best and um, be kind to people and have grace for people. Um, but sometimes it's hard to discern certain things, and um, and for me, it was really pretty. It was a pretty difficult situation, and I handled it okay. But I still have a lot of doubt that I didn't, just because um, it is complicated. Um, and um, I don't know. I'm never gonna be the person uh, who I don't know. I don't feel like I need to say anything more. I feel like potentially put my foot in my mouth if I say more, and I don't want to perpetuate any type of negativity towards anyone because everyone's got their perception of events and how things go and whatnot. So I don't feel the need to continue going with that. However, wish I wish things were easy, like straightforward. There's a gray area. I really get uncomfortable because I just don't know how to deal with gray area well. That's not something that I um, have skill in, and I doubt myself a lot in whether or not I handle things like that well. So thank you all for being patient with it. Um, if you were in the room, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you know, I, would suggest just not doing watching the beginning of the replay. But if you want to know what happened, um, you can. But I would rather not bring attention to it because I don't want any type of reaction really on anyone. Um, you know, you can decide how you feel about my decision and do what you want with it. But um, you know, that's it. Just is. Yeah, it just kind of it's not as cut and dry, I think, as some people think it is. And maybe it's cut and dry for them, but it's not as cut and dry for me. I guess I should say. Okay, so I'm finishing up this row. I'm going to double check my counts. I should have 36 stitches, not including the chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Nice. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to try the keeping it relatively circle technique and see if I like that as um, as the back to this. So sewing it on where it looks kind of like this in the back, and then there'll be a little face in the front, and the ears will be in the front. And then once I I'll show you what it looks like once you do the slip stitches. So on the edge, you can see the slip stitches right here. And the slip stitches on the front look pretty clean. On the back, they don't look bad, but you can definitely tell that the slip stitches are a little bit less cohesive with the star. So I like the way the front looks more. So I want the front to be on the front of the cat. So with this, I'm going to make sure that I have the same number of stitches across so that I can slip stitch into them. So I'm going to attach to the front with slip stitch. I'm going to chain 1, do a single crochet into that stitch. Actually, so and kind of a little tight squeeze there. That's what I did, right? Yeah. Okay. And then I'm just going to do a single crochet all the way across the top until I get to the point where the final single crochet was on the other side. Let's see. So there's that the two, two, two. Okay. So I'm just matching up and making sure that everything looks right. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I lost track. Okay. Okay. Here there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So this is what the back look like. So I'm going to go ahead and tie a knot right at the base of the magic circle yarn so that it doesn't loosen. Okay, and I'm gonna do that on the cat head as well. Just tighten that up. Just a couple knots right at the base to keep that magic circle from coming undone. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do, but okay, whatever. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the whiskers on this one. So with the whiskers, I used, had this in Lydia's Fashion 3 thread in bridal white. So I'm going to take that and on a crochet needle or darning needle, I'm gonna, on the correct side, I'm going to, actually, I'm gonna go on the wrong side through the very center. I'm gonna come kind of approximately what I think how much yarn I'm gonna need, and then I like to go out to this to the bottom of the third row and place my yarn right there. So so that's kind of, so there's the third row, and so I place the yarn at the bottom, because if I place it in the second, it kind of slips down and it looks a little like loose and doesn't like I like to do it. Trial and error. That's how I did this one. And when I tied up the yarn, I just was like, oh, I'll just make it look like more whiskers. But this is going to be nice because then I can hide the tie of the whiskers inside the cat head, and then I don't have to uh, worry about. Okay, try not to split any of the um, yarn. Make sure you don't pull this too tight, otherwise otherwise it will kind of change the shape. It's not the biggest deal with this because it's going to be a little floofy. So, little concavity is not a huge deal. What the hell is going on? Whatever. Okay, so I put the cat's little whiskers together, and now I'm going to tie it off um, with the yarn. Again, make sure you're not pulling it too tight and distorting your stitches, but you know, proper tension. If you can get it, it's better to err on the side of a little too tight than too loose, because then it looks pretty not great. I'm gonna tie that off. So that's what the back looks like, but that's going to be encased in the what we're sewing together. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and start my slip stitches. So I'm going to get this out of the way right now. I'm going to stop sharing the screen. Um, okay, so I'm going to once. Um, like I know I said we are definitely not going to go 7 hours tonight, but I'm in a pretty rotten mood, admittedly, and I think I'm just gonna head out and rest, um, and I think that'll be good. So thank you for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it, and I hope you all have a good